Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. My name is James Ward, head professional here at Dewsbury City Golf Club, and today I'm going to be answering a question that I get asked a lot from members. I've seen a lot of the comments on YouTube channels about them, TikTok and Instagram, and someone contacted me asking to do a little explanation on it, and it's a gapping session. So a gapping session is when we work out how far we hit our clubs. Why do we do that? Obviously then we can stand at shots with certain numbers and we know, or we can stand there confidently and know how far we hit clubs. Obviously through wedges and irons this can be quite simple, but I think I've got an array of clubs here that we're going to gap down at the bottom end of the bag. So I do a lot of gapping sessions and we get perfect numbers, what you see, perfect gaps, sand wedge, gap wedge, pitching wedge, 9 iron, 8 iron, 7 iron, 6 iron, and then into the long irons. That's when we start to see a lot of the same distances. So like here I've got my 5, I've got my 4, I've got a 3 iron, like driving iron, I've got my hybrid, I've got a 5 wood that's not mine, I've just grabbed it out of the second hand bag, and then I've got my 3 wood as well. So like, and I get asked questions like, if I've just had someone who's got a driver and he's got a 5 iron, what should we put in the middle of it? So he was looking at a 3 hybrid and then maybe a wood, and we were talking, and maybe a 3 wood can be quite hard to get in the air, so maybe a 5 wood. The problem there is that the 5 wood, oh well, it's not a problem, but the issue that I think a lot of people think is that 5 wood can be 18 degrees, the 3 hybrid can be 19 degrees. But what we've got on these two clubs, the difference is the length of shaft. So we can see that the 5 wood, well, you can't see it there with hard covers, but the 5 wood is a little longer and therefore will travel a little further. So we'll just hit these clubs, bring some numbers to you, and just talk about what we'd sort of see, what common themes you'd see, and see like the difference between these two, because these are very similar, or I would have one or the other, and to be fair, so would I with my driving iron. These are my two, driving iron or hybrid, and that's what I use and that's what I change between. So depending on how I'm mating them, hybrid can start going left, so we bring out this little bad boy. So yeah, let's hit some shots, get some numbers, and have a little chat about that. Right, so we'll get hitting some bombs. I've got a right array of clubs. So we've got 5 and 4. We'll just hit a few shots with each, just down practicing. And I had this we've had this question a few times, you know, a gapping session, what for, what do we do, what do we look for in it? You can really start, I mean, I think there's two different parts to it. So we're hitting every club to get numbers. Right there we've got 192 carry, 5 iron. Then you've got like a gapping session to make sure we've got the right clubs as well. 199, but I think that were a bit left. Yeah, we're a bit, obviously there it says 40 yards. I'm probably not aimed correctly to the GC quad. It weren't that far left. So there we've got that. 192 and 199. Wrong club, Jimmy. Schoolboy error. Right, now we've got 4 iron. And I think then it's, you know, we get one of every iron. They're nice. And I just thought I'll do a little video today on that, and then we can so this is it. 192, 199, 4 iron, 197. But I thought we'll do a little video on that, and I'll do some videos to try and start showing you about my game, what I sort of work on and practice, what I'm aiming towards this season. So first tournament, we've got a Pro-Am at Brough. So I'm going to be entering that. Played at Crossland-Heath in the Winter Alliance last Tuesday. A bit of a wake-up call. Really firm, bouncy, good greens, dry. 5 over finish. So, and I hit it really well. Just did not score. So a little bit out of the toe. So there we've got 202 carry on them ones. So you could start an argument now that we've got 2 clubs, my 4 and 5 iron. This is what we usually see in it, that are going at similar yardages. So do we need that 4 iron? Because then this is a 20-degree 3, but comes in a 4. Would I need this, which is like a bit of a muscle back? This is a ZXIU utility. Really nice, actually. Feels very similar to 4 iron, but there we've got 214 carry on that one. I'll put these numbers to show they're not separated, but we can sort of go through them together in a second and see them all. I think this is where you get to your choices. So there there's an argument for could we get rid of that, and then that was straight out the middle, so 221. And this is then the interesting, because it'd be that or the hybrid. So I kind of have 15 clubs. I have the hybrid, and then I have that 2 iron, and then it can depend on the golf course which one that I'm going to put in the bag, and how I'm hitting it as well. Like, I've felt really confident with this hybrid. I'm pretty sure there'll be a time this year where we sort of lose that a little bit. Like there, little tower. That was so far behind it, we can kind of ignore that at 175. Nearly hit the post. That'll be a bit better. 227, so 6 yard in front. But this is it. This is where this is a similar club, so I would have one or the other. Then it'd be interesting when we go into that 5 wood. Can we aim it right and all, maybe? That seemed a good one. 243, but that is an absolute bullet, and that's why I love it, because it goes a long way. So let's go. So 5 wood now. So it'd be similar. The 18, that's 19, but we've got longer shaft. I don't really know what to sort of expect here, actually. It just feels like more of a flight. 238, which is a good solid contact on that. Nice, to be fair. G410. Still a nice club, to be fair. Yeah, not out of the centre. 211, but we've got 238 with that one, which were a nice centred strike. So it's can come up very similar from a 3 hybrid and a 5 wood, but I think that's yeah, we've got that one, the 3 hybrid there on 238 going left. And this is my 3 wood. It's a low bullet. We'd love that shot on the golf course. The interesting, yeah, 236, absolute bullet. Hopefully straight down the middle. Yeah, well, 9 yard left. Then we've got 245 carry. So in that there, we've sort of gapped all the clubs that we'd usually do a gapping session on. So down this bottom end of the bag, and then you're sort of deciding. Like we've got a perfect little image there. 3 wood, 5 wood. It's on my kit for practicing. Perfect little image there of the 3 wood, 5 wood. and hybrid, but that's what you'd sort of see. So for there, I'm thinking my choices are dive more into the 4 and 5 iron, because do I need something like there? I've got 192. What my best 2 shots were 202 with 4 iron, 199 with 5 iron. So there you're looking at, are they similar? Could we get rid of that 4 iron, which few people do? Would I put a more forgiving 4 iron in there, or go that utility? Because that utility is going 221. So if we went a bit more loft with, like I say, a 4, would that help that? Then up to the hybrid. Hybrid was similar to the 5 wood, but the difference in them clubs is, well, I think the 5 wood flies a little bit further. But not only that, I could see on the ball flight that 5 wood launches up higher than that rescue, but I want that rescue to be low and penetrating for when I use it on them tight holes where the fairway could be tricky to find. And then we've got obviously 3 wood, which is a lot longer than that. But if you're struggling with like a 3 wood, then try that 5 wood, but don't be scared of getting it too close to your hybrid. We can probably see it better now. I mean, I would probably match up the shaft of it as well. So I'd get a little bit more out of that 5 wood, but we can see there that they're 2 different lengths. So your 5 wood's going to go a little further as well. But hybrids, as we know, they can be played out of the rough easier as well. So we can still get the ball launched out of the rough. Them utility irons potentially not. But I think this is when you can sort of build the bottom end of your bag and make sure you get it right with a gapping session. You've got the right clubs, you've got the right gaps. The same can be done with wedges as well. But yeah, just thought I'd bring you that little video there to share what a gapping session would look like, how we'd look at them numbers, and then how we'd sort of pick them clubs. Because people are different. People are having driver, 3 wood, 5 wood. I've tried that myself. I didn't really like the 5 wood as much, so we put the hybrid in. Like I said, the hybrid we can lose confidence with. Then we put a utility iron in as well. If the weather starts picking up and getting hotter, ground gets harder, maybe we decide to put a utility in as well and get it lower launching and more run out of it as well. But interesting to see, because now there's a decision to make, like I said, about that 4 iron, and do we look more into that. So yeah, I hope that were good. Like I said, I'm trying to answer questions, so fire them questions at me. Comments, Instagram, on TikTok as well, and I'm trying to get them. Try and get in a bit more connected to everyone. I'm going to be doing a video of what I've been working on this winter with my swing faults, bringing out them speed sticks as well, because we've been using them as well. So yeah, hope that was good. Like I said, comments below if you've got any questions, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.